Okay, so today we're going to talk about black dating. And the reason why we're going to talk about this is because I just ran across a video from TikToker Michaela Elise. I think that's how you say her name. She opened a discussion on black dating because she released a video of grievances on why she's done. She doesn't want to date black men anymore. Let's go ahead and take a look at what she said.
Fully aware that I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I am so effing tired of the amount of emotional labor that comes with dating black men. I am so tired of the lack of commitment, the lack of support, the lack of encouragement, the lack of money. Like, I don't know what to do from this point on, but I can tell you one thing. My interest in dating another black man is like 1% at this point. They want us to be ride or dies until they get their shit together. And then they don't want to support us in return. They don't want to commit to us. They don't want to marry us. But then they want all the benefits of being a husband without actually proposing to us. I need someone who's intentional in every single aspect.
So there you have it. She's done with the community. The black community, because is it really a community? I don't think so. But she's done. What I want to do here is I want to address some of the things she said. So I'm not going to talk about her personally because I don't know the specific situations. I don't know her personal situations, but I'm just going to speak generally on the topic. So I'm thinking about that comment on the lack of money. It's wild how women follow these trends on being an independent woman. I don't need no man. But that trend was always a lie, anyways, because these women stay in men's pockets. Nearly half of women admit they don't want to work. They want men to pay for everything. Then you have all these women at the end of a relationship. First thing they do, put the man on child support, because even though they don't have him, they still need him financially, and they exploit the system to take his money. And then on top of that, if the man isn't paying, the government's paying. All that independent, I don't need no man, all that crap is baloney. She admits here how a lot of women feel. They want a man who's financially stable. Now, there's no problem at all. There's no issue with women wanting men who are financially stable. In fact, that should be the norm. The problem is these women talk out of both sides of their mouths, how independent they are, how they don't need you, but then they turn around and hold their hands out and look in your pockets. And getting to black men specifically, yes, black men demographically, black men are the lowest earners in the United States. And the reasons behind that, that's an entirely different discussion, an entirely different video. When it comes to finding a black man who's financially stable, it really depends on the person. It depends on location and it depends on the individual that you're talking to. You need to vet who you're talking to. You need to put yourself in a position to attract those type of men. So you have to make yourself presentable. That's physically and that's personality wise. And that also goes into that comment on being a ride or die, holding it down for him while he's getting his shit together, whatever that means. You have to vet these guys. You have to see what they're actually doing. If a person is goal oriented, they're actually doing something. There are concrete actions, there are concrete steps being taken to achieve that specific goal. There's a difference between having goals and having dreams, because if you talk about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but you never make any actions, that's just a dream. So if you're sticking with this guy for years and years and he's not making any moves, he's not doing anything to put himself in a better position for the long run, then that's on you. Yeah, I mean, these are based on personal decisions that people make. And I'm looking at some of these other grievances. It really isn't a racial thing. It was painted as, oh, I'm done with black men because black men are this, this, and this. But that's a human thing. That's a man worldwide thing, especially in Western culture. You have a lot of men who are not financially stable, who are not trying to do anything to make their lives better in the long run. And being non-committal is very common in Western culture. And I blame that on a couple of things: feminism, modern culture, and big daddy government. These women complain. They say, we want the man to commit. We want these men to be traditional. First of all, these women don't want to be traditional women, but they want the men to be traditional men. But on top of that, our culture doesn't require men to commit and to be traditional like that. We live in a culture where sex is so easy to get that there's not much of an incentive for a guy to stick around. And this started decades ago. All these women saying, we want to be free, we want to do this, we want to do that. What happened to the days when a guy had to show that he was about something before a woman opened her legs? What happened to the days when the man had to actually meet a woman's father, shake his hand before he can even see a titty? Those days are long gone. So the only way to change that is for women to collectively close their legs. Is that going to happen? I highly, highly doubt that's going to happen. Women say, hey, I'm a traditional woman. I want you to do all this and that, but you're competing with all these other women who are way easier to conquer. So the woman who's trying to go back to the older days, she's going to have a problem because guys are just going to say, oh man, you're making it too difficult. Let me go over here. And also decades ago, before there was this massive welfare system, women were incentivized to stay with the man that they had kids with, because you just can't pop out babies and hold your hand out and money falls. Like today, you get free rent, you get phones, you get food, you get all kinds of stuff just for having children. In fact, there's a trend I saw on TikTok where women are saying they should have multiple baby daddies so they can max out their child support and welfare benefits. That's the modern culture we live in. And these women are trying to find these specific types of men while we are all living in this degraded culture. So I'm listening to this and it makes me question, what type of guys are these women talking to? And if these women are talking to specific types of guys, the lowest of the low, trash, what are they attracted to? And it makes me question, what do they have to offer? And that's what I also want to talk about. The grass isn't greener, because we see that Black women, by all studies, Black women are the least desired women in the United States. When you think about white women, Asians, Latinas, Native Americans, Black women are the lowest on the totem pole. They always get the short end of the stick. These women think they're just going to go over and jump over to these other races like white men. But generally speaking, these men don't want them. In fact, Black men date outside their race way more than any other man. So a lot of Black men don't even want them. And a comment on not wanting to get married, that's an entirely different video. What I will say here is that marriage in general is on the decline in the United States, and that has a lot to do with family court laws, how men get raped, how they get railroaded in these family court. They go in with money, they leave crying and broke. Also, another thing with the desirability of Black women, only 1 in 4 Black women ever gets married in their lifetime. Why? Is it just because Black men are the problem, or what's going on with Black women that they get married way less than their counterparts? But like I said, I can get really deep into that. That's an entirely different video. Let me know what you think. Leave me your thoughts down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.